Corey is an experienced real estate broker with a demonstrated 15-year history of working in the real estate industry. He's skilled in negotiation, sales, management, leadership, and marketing. He's owned a real estate brokerage, currently owns a business within real estate that has a large portfolio of rental properties and has flipped over 100 houses. He has a strong business development professional with a bachelor's degree focused in business administration and management. General from American InterContinental University. Corey's talk, the title is, "It May Take 100 No's to Get to One Yes." Please join me in welcoming our speaker today, Corey Wright.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Again, thank you, Mark, for that introduction. My name is Corey Wright, based out of here in Minnesota. I'm excited to bring some motivation, bring some of my story. Hopefully all the business entrepreneurs out there will get something out of it. So I'm super excited. And as Mark just said, the title is "It May Take 100 No's to Get One Yes." And one of the reasons I did that title is because I'm speaking from experience. So Mark did touch on the fact that I am in real estate, and I got my license about 2006, 2007, right before the downturn in the real estate market. So I was a real estate agent. I had 7 houses. I had a big business. And then, like a lot of you know, the downturn hit and overnight wiped me out. I had no clients. My renters weren't paying. I had no way to sustain it. And so it completely wiped me out in a 6-month period, lost everything. So fast forward 2010, the market's still down, real estate's down, but I had a firm belief in myself that I knew I could be the business entrepreneur I set out to be the first time. The problem was, because of the downturn, because of my failures, every time I went out to somebody to say, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to become, all I got was no's. When I went to the bank, no. Credit shot. You don't have any income. We're not giving you money. Go to other investors who I know have private money. Here's what I want to do. No, we're not giving you anything. Went to family and friends. I'm going to get back in the business. I want to start my own business. I want to be an entrepreneur again. Corey, you failed. What are you doing? Go get a job at Home Depot, Menards, whatever it is. No, you can't do this. No, you can't do this. No. I consistently got no's everywhere I went, every turn I made. Everybody was saying, Corey, you're not going to be successful. Corey, you can't do this. No, no, no. But you know what? Every time I got a no, it motivated me. It motivated me to say, hey, all these people that aren't believing in me, I believe in myself. And every time someone said no, I knew that I was on the right track. And I just had to find that one yes. And I kept searching, started developing a business plan, said, I'm going to get back in this. Lo and behold, late 2010, early 2011, I got my first yes. I had an uncle who had came into some money, and he said, hey, Corey, I know you've been wanting to get back in investment. You're dabbling in real estate again. I will stake you. And he personally staked me. Now, back then, it wasn't a lot of money, but he gave me a $60,000 loan. He said, Corey, your first yes, I'll give you the money. You go after a house, do what you can. We'll split it. That first investment he gave me was my first yes. For sake of time, I'll fast forward. I took that $60,000, and within 10 years, I made it into a multi-million-dollar business. Where now I've flipped over 100 homes, have a huge rental portfolio. I help multiple investors achieve the financial dream of independence. I'm doing multi-million-dollar flips now, do hundreds of real estate transactions, have owned a brokerage, sold a brokerage. And you know what? I got that first yes. I started proving myself. I started showcasing people what I can do. And the magic thing is those 100 no's started getting to 80 no's, 60 no's, 40 no's, 10 no's. Next thing I know, pretty much everyone's saying yes. You know, everyone's saying, Corey, I want to invest with you. Corey, I want to do business with you. Corey, I want you to be my realtor. Corey, I want you to mentor me. And the yeses are pouring in. But the title, it may take 100 no's to get one yes, still is true, because us as business entrepreneurs, us as family people, us being in this world, you're going to get so many no's. And the successful people are able to take those no's and toss it to the side and say, it's not going to stop me. You know, I'm going to go until I find the yes. I can't tell you how many investors I've worked with where we had to go through 10, 12, 13 different banks before they would give the money. So again, may take you 100 no's to get one yes. So I have 3 topics I want to follow up in addition to that. So the first topic I want to talk about, give me just a second, is don't let someone else's opinion become your reality. Especially in this social media world, we have so many opinions. Everybody has an opinion, right? The problem is when you start a business, when you're trying to raise a family, sometimes your opinions you're coming in, you tend to make it your reality. And a lot of people will say, hey, I don't believe in you. You know, you have to have an extreme belief in yourself. So when someone tells you, I don't think your business is going to survive. I don't think your marriage is going to survive. I don't think your family is going to survive. You have to have an extreme belief in yourself that says, no matter what someone's opinion is, I know that I can be successful in this world. I know I can make it happen. But part of that is you have to also have a plan. Without that plan, no one else can see it. You don't have a vision. Without that plan, it's easy to just say it. But if you have a plan, it's way easier to do it. So have that extreme belief in yourself, but follow it up with a plan, a really good plan that not only you can see, but it's easy for others to interpret. Some plans can be so complicated that other people can't see it. But in order to get successful, a lot of times it takes a team. It takes a network. You have to know a lot of different people and get breaks along the way. And if someone can't follow your plan, it's just going to be you. And it's a lot easier if you have a plan that can be interpreted. You know, a couple examples of that, of not letting someone's opinion become your reality, is a difference between Richard Nixon and Bill Clinton, 2 presidents that had their time in the limelight. Richard Nixon had a failure, and he made a monument to it. Bill Clinton had a moral failure, and it was a big part of his life, but he was able to move on from it. Richard Nixon kind of went into the background, and he just let it become the monument to his life, the book to his life. Everyone knows him for this failure. Versus Clinton was like, hey, a lot of people have an opinion on me and my moral failure, which I don't agree with, but he kept moving. He kept producing, he kept networking, he kept trying to partner with other people. Soon enough, it became everything he was known for. Then it became just a chapter, then just a paragraph, and now it's a sentence. And now Bill Clinton is known for a lot more than just his moral failure. So that opinion, don't let that opinion of other people become your reality. You can get out of it. Something I like to tell a lot of people I mentor to is you got to get off the bleachers. When you look into a sports arena and you see everyone sitting down in the bleachers or in the crowd, when someone stands up, and, hey, excuse me, I go to the bathroom, excuse me, I want to get some food, and they stand up, that person is the one that stands out. And again, when you look at that bleachers, it's a lot of opinions, but stand up, separate yourself, Don't let other people's opinion become your reality. Second topic I want to talk about, good leaders are always growing and bad leaders are know-it-alls. Good leaders are always growing and bad leaders are know-it-alls. Case in point, to be a good leader, I like to lead by example. I like to set the stage. I like to say, hey, here's my body of work. Test me on that. And then people will come and they will follow me. And then I can lead through example. And they can say, hey, Corey has this track record of leadership. I'm going to trust him more. Versus if you are a leader that's the know-it-all and constantly telling people what to do, but you don't have a track record, the odds of your success are going to be very low. Again, you go to a financial advisor, you go to a marriage counselor. Hey, I want to interview a marriage counselor, a financial advisor. Ask the financial advisor, hey, how many stocks do you own? How much real estate do you own? Do you own your own home? How successful have you been in finances? If this person's telling me what to do with my money, they're telling me what I can be successful, and they turn around and say, hey, I don't own a stock portfolio, or my stock portfolio has gone down 10% a year for the last 10 years, or I don't own my own home, or I don't own a lot of real estate. Why would I ever follow that person? No matter how good their verbiage is, no matter how much book knowledge they have and intellect they have, without them having that background of saying, here's my track record, why would I follow them? Why would I, get marriage advice? And this is, life is complicated. But if someone's been divorced 5 times and I'm struggling in my marriage, why am I going to do that? Again, I don't care how slick it is you're telling me what to do. The track record just isn't there. So again, good leaders are always growing and learning and trying to figure out the next step to be productive, and bad leaders are know-it-alls. I leave this. Great leaders spend their time doing and not going to do. Again, I can't say that enough, but good leaders are doing and not going to do. So good leaders are in the trenches. They're in the fight. They're doing the work that needs to be done versus, hey, I'm going to get to this next week, or I'm going to have someone else get to this. Again, I just want to say that. The last one I'll touch on is just more my business side, real estate side, and it's another phrase that I like to use, but it's poor people spend, middle class people save, and rich people invest. I'm gonna say that again. Poor people spend, middle class people save, and rich people invest. So that's just money principles right there, what to do with your money. Obviously, if you're spending money, you're not going to be wealthy. If you're saving money, you're not going to be wealthy either. The only time that you can become wealthy in this world, in my opinion, is your money has to work as hard as you do. I'll say that again. Your money has to be out there working as hard as you do. Once your money is working harder than you are, that's when you'll become wealthy. A mentor of mine really opened my eyes a couple years back. I had the best year I ever had. I had flipped, 12 houses that year, bought a bunch of rental properties, had the biggest year I had in real estate, retail transactions, had a bunch of stock going, and I was feeling myself. I was like, in a way, I kind of felt like I had arrived. And my mentor, he's one of the wealthiest people I know, and he sits down with me and we're just chopping it up. Hey, Corey, how's it going? I heard you having a good year, and he's an open book. So we're being real about it. And I'm like, here's how much money I made. Here's what I did on the flips. I got this going. And he goes, all right. He's like, all right, well, Corey, you're in the top 3% of all earners in the United States. He's like, man, that's awesome. He's like, you're doing good. You're living the life. You're going to have a great life. You're going to be able to go on trips and have a car and all that. And he goes, let me ask you something. He said, do you want to be a realtor or do you want to be wealthy? And I sat there. I'm like, yeah, I want to be wealthy. And he's like, let me ask again, do you want to be a realtor or do you want to be wealthy? And I sat there and, where's he going with this? Where's he going with this? I'm like, man, I'm feeling myself. I just didn't you hear what I said? I killed it. And he's laughing and he's like, you know what? You worked really hard this year. How many hours did you put in? We went through it. And he's like, look, man, he's like, I'm worth over 100 million. He's like, my money every single day works harder than you just did in that last year. And my money keeps bringing in. And he's like, if you truly want to be wealthy, the only time you're going to do that is when your money is working for you. And ever since he said that, I really changed my focus on what it takes to create true wealth and to have a legacy mindset. And I left with that being like, if I just save money and I don't have anything to pass down to the next generation, my kids, I want to create a legacy of wealth building so that my grandkids will come into a business, will come into property, will come into stocks that'll say, my granddad created this. And now I'm taking that to the next level. And I just really want to say, to anyone listening, 2010, I was dead broke, 100K in debt, 7 foreclosures, bankruptcy, the whole nine. I wasn't even starting from zero. I was so far in the hole. It was ridiculous. So anybody in this world, whether you got money or don't have money, can create financial freedom with the principles I just laid out. And I go off of my own experience, being in the trenches, knowing what I went through, what it took to get here. And I'm so blessed to be in this position that my life goal is to create wealth for as many people as I come across, so you can have the same legacy of passing down generational wealth, which is the true American